Elon Musk said he wanted to improve his AI chat box, Grok. So after an update over the weekend, users of his social media site X were shocked when they asked Grok questions and it responded with anti-Semitic posts, which the site is actively, desperately trying to remove. On the heels of that, someone else used AI to impersonate Secretary of State Marco Rubio on messaging app Signal. Remember Signal? And then they contacted foreign officials, a congressperson, and a governor. So the question is, how worried are you about the direction?
Well, there's no truth and objective truth anymore. Nobody knows what's true, what's not anymore. They changed the algorithm. I don't trust Elon Musk to be in charge of this anyway. Put Pope Leo there, maybe I would trust him. But this guy...
You got to think about the product you're using. When you're talking about an electric car, Elon Musk's thoughts, feelings, and awful beliefs are not going to affect probably how your car runs. But when you're asking it questions, information, data, you got to think about who's running that. And a lot of what I will correct, though, Joy, is you're right about Grok, but the other AI kind of, they take some other guardrails. They have human interaction, they have oversight, they have transparency, they have people...
Yeah, but somebody can impersonate Marco Rubio.
Well, but that's what AI is capable of. So that's not AI misleading you. That's you having to check where you're checking it. Like, the problem with Signalgate was so many people raised the fact that these are leaders of the country and the global world, and they're kind of having side chats and massive discussions about military operations in unprotected spaces. So when it comes to Marco Rubio, it's kind of like someone who asks you for $10,000. If you're kind of like, oh, sure, it's on its way, like, you're part of the problem. I think the way they discovered this was they sourced it. They went back to try to find Marco Rubio and check it. Whether it's information, data, someone calling you, with the power of AI, you have to be a self-advocate for sourcing things, checking things.
But that seems to be, just to add something, that seems to be what is being thrown at American people now with, for example, Robert Kennedy Jr. He says now, well, you're on your own. You want to get the COVID vaccine, you want to get the measles vaccine, you do it, but we're not going to tell you it's safe. And that, to me, is not governing correctly. We need to know from the government what we're supposed to do, because they're supposed to do their due diligence. I'm not supposed to know if this is the real Marco Rubio or not.
No, but when it comes to the health thing, one thing I would recommend to people is I would never go to him for my health advice. So when you know who your government is, you bring it back local to your actual doctor.
So this Rubio story stood out to me because this is a vulnerability that's existed. And when I was working for Mike Pence in 2017, I found out that someone was impersonating me and reaching out to U.S. lawmakers. They were reaching out over text messages to a number of House members, and I only found out because my colleague at the time was dating Adam Kinzinger. They're now married and have a beautiful son, and she said, hey, somebody's contacting him. It's not your number. The Secret Service investigated it, the FBI did, and then when I went to the Department of Defense, the NSA looked into it, and what they determined, it was very likely someone spoofing my number, and it was likely tied to a foreign nexus. So some sort of an adversary trying to have a White House official communicating with congressmen, potentially to find them in a vulnerable situation. But that was almost 10 years ago, 2017. We are almost 10 years later, and AI is so much more sophisticated, we should be scared because it can impersonate Marco Rubio's voice. Deep fakes can impersonate your appearance and your likeness and look just like you. How many of us fell for Pope Francis in the big puffy coat? I know I did. I thought, you're like, that was not real. But it is scary that governments around the world, because it's so much bigger than U.S. politics, are doing nothing to put guardrails on this. And bringing it back to X, it goes to show AI is incredibly powerful, but if you have somebody who's tweaking the algorithm or influencing it, it could be very dangerous. It could spread hate. It could encourage people to do dangerous things.
But clearly they didn't care. You know, that we've been talking about this
about AI?
For over 10 years, 11 years, saying the government needs to do this, it needs to watch that. The horse is out of the barn.
I would agree with that. I will say one thing about I think the government is going to make or break AI. And I follow someone named Sinead Bovell on Instagram, on social media. She's a futurist. And she says that the government will make or break AI, but that we must embrace AI because that is the future.
It may be.
It's not going anywhere. We had Bill Gates on the show. Bill Gates said he sort of urged a cautious embrace of technology, of AI technology. He argued that those who don't embrace AI will fall behind. And I really think that's true. You know, my children are Gen Z, one's 22, one is 19. They have embraced AI, but they have put for themselves certain guidelines like you're referring to. So they check sources, they triple check things, probably because their mother makes them crazy. And so I ask, what's the source of that? Check it, check it, check it, check it.
But that's not.
We're going to fall behind if we don't embrace
The government is not helping people
Oh,
get the guidelines.
I wanted to say
that's
this.
my point.
The government, Trump's big, beautiful law now, it passed in the Senate, but an amendment banning states from regulating AI for a decade didn't survive it. So states, they cut that. So states will be able, to the extent that the state is interested in doing it, will regulate AI.
And the tough thing, though, is keep in mind, we talk a lot about how Europe has certain laws, or European nations do, around like social media that we don't have. Every nation on earth is going to have to do something on this because keep in mind, if one bad actor can impersonate Marco Rubio, a non-state actor can, a terrorist organization can. They can also do what is happening, what we saw on X, where they can manipulate AI and give false information. And I think it is the scariest thing that the world's not paying enough attention to is our technology is getting smarter than we are.
I think they are. I think they have been, which is why they're ahead of us when it comes to really putting your foot down about what is okay and what is not. We seem to drag behind. I don't know
You mean
what
America
it is.
as a country?
Yes, America as a country. Because we've been talking about, hey, we got to protect the kids, and they did nothing. They said, we got to do this, and we keep saying, here are the things you can do. Now, I don't like AI, personally. I know you do, but it's not a thing for me. I don't like it. I prefer, I had to deal with Alexa. I was like, I don't want her. I don't want her. And so when she came out, I don't use her.
Well, they listen to what you're saying, too.
Well, she has to be present in order to listen.
Alexa has heard everything.
I know. I really think that something is listening on this phone. Oh, I'll say
Why
something.
is your phone here?
No. It's like it's part of my body. But like if I say something like, I really want to get some kind of like hairdo, suddenly hairdo things pop up here. So someone's listening on
Listen,
here.
I don't mind progress. I want some control over the progress. And I don't like how AI has been laid out because it wasn't presented to people. It was thrust on people.
And billionaires
it was there.
shouldn't be in control of it.
No.
Like
That's
an
why it's not
Elon
being
Musk, like a
regulated.
Mark Zuckerberg.
But it was in place before anybody realized what was happening. You were dealing with it before you knew you were dealing with it. It was already there.
Do you notice now when you Google something, at the very top, it'll say AI?
I
and
don't.
It'll
their
say AI, and
Really?
it's Google's AI that's giving you sort of a paragraph
Overview.
about it.
Oh, that,
about
the
what you
summary.
searched.
Why are you giving me
The
something
summary.
I
I don't
didn't
like
ask
that.
for?
The summary
But
is
I will
AI.
say a lot of these companies, OpenAI, Google, they go to great lengths to have some sort of guardrails around what their AI has. This is why the Grok thing is such an outlier because it's being
the Grok
it's
is
literally being
insane.
The name is
manipulated
crazy.
to go
Grok?
full anti-Semite.
What is Grok?
I won't even tell you because I can't say it on air.
Oh,
I want to though.